Huskies football against the Cerritos Falcon. Currently on the field right now is the junior ROTC from Garfield High School, I believe, Cerwin?
It is. Garfield High School Junior ROTC is gracing us with their presence, led by First Sergeant Instructor Raymond L. Eason. The cadets that you see on the field, their names Marlene Castillo, Eric Lopez, Tiffany Sines, and Heidi Burgos. So we want to give a healthy thank you for Garfield Junior ROTC for presenting the colors today.
And this, of course, in honor of Veterans Day. It is a Veterans Day here today at Weingart Stadium.
I'm not sure if I can't remember the last time we did something like this, but it's always good. You know, this was a definite request from some of our community members who either are veterans or have family who are veterans. So it's a good way to honor those folks. Show a little appreciation for what they do. And it is, like you said, it is Veterans Day.
So Veterans Day, I believe, was officially yesterday, but of course is being honored today before the game.
Actually, the observed was yesterday.
Today's
actual Veterans Day.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Was yesterday.
It's so weird now on how kind of the holidays work.
Yeah, especially with that Saturday thing, especially Saturday, Sunday. ELAC band under instruction of Dr. Chuy Martinez, longtime band instructor in the music department.
So players from Cerritos coming out onto the field soon. The Huskies will join us as well for the coin toss. And we'll get things underway very shortly here. But of course, this is the final game of the regular season for your ELAC Huskies. Finally have a winning season for the first time in quite some time here. So I believe they have 6 wins on the season so far.
That's right. They have 6 wins, which guarantees them a winning season. The biggest, there's a few big things with that. One is that it's their first winning season as a member of the National League, member of the National Division. As you know, the Huskies made the jump starting in the 2018 season, and struggled a little bit. Past couple, gradually got better. Past couple of years, they've gone 5-5 in conference play, 5-6 overall. They made 2 straight bowl games. Unfortunately, lost both. to that 6 wins, they're bowl eligible. However, the good news is, and what the Huskies do have to play for tonight, is not just getting that 7th win, but also putting themselves at better opportunity to host a bowl game. I'm told by our historians that the last time the Huskies hosted a bowl game was most likely Coach Gamboa. Was one of his last season or one of his last seasons when he was head coach here some time back. So a lot to play for. And I see the teams shaking hands in the midfield. And Cerritos, Albert, not your typical like super strong team, Cerritos team, but you know they're always going to be a squad that's as talented. They're always a squad and a program that attracts the upper echelon of talent in the region and beyond. So Huskies can't just look at their record and say, hey, you know, this is a team we should beat. You know, Cerritos always brings it. And we'll be reminded last year, Huskies went down to Cerritos when the Falcons were undefeated and ranked number 4 in the state, and the Huskies beat them on the road. So
absolutely, we were there for that game, covering that heck of a game from Cerritos Stadium there. And I believe probably the most brutal thing about that game was probably just walking up the steps of the Cerritos field, because for anyone who's ever been there, it is brutal, and getting up to the press box is even worse. There is no elevator getting into that press box, and it is 3 stories of press box its own, in addition to the steps of the stadium. It is taxing, to say the least.
You know, it is probably between them and Long Beach City College. I don't know if you've ever been to their press box. It's high up.
I've not been up in Long Beach, but I've seen it, and yeah, it's high. It's up there.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's up there. So I made the trip a few weeks ago when we played the second annual President's Cup, which Huskies came away with a demonstrative win, blowout win. So Huskies looking for win number 7 on the season tonight, Albert.
Yeah, so it'll be a pretty big win to get that over the Falcons here tonight, and of course increase their eligibility to host a bowl game, which would be very exciting for this team and for this program.
Be exciting for us too, to be able to host, put on. It's always important when you're at a host school to put on a good effort, and you know, particularly with media members like yourself and referees and things like that. So to put your best foot forward as a school and an institution.
So to start the game is going to be Huskies kicking off to Cerritos. And of course, Huskies will be playing right to left. Falcons will be playing left to right. You can see for your screen, Huskies now taking the field for the kickoff.
And the Falcons, road team, they're wearing white shirts with it's like dark blue pants with a double white stripe on both sides, blue numbering, blue stripes on the shoulders, blue helmet with white stripes with the Falcon on the sides. Huskies wearing all green today, green shirt, green pants, green helmet, white numbers. As we're set for kickoff. Karobi, looks like it's Karobi Pinto that'll be booting it. Number 3, taking it up the sideline, forced out. Looks like about the 37.
So decent return and field position for the Falcons here tonight. We'll see how the Husky defense will answer to start this game.
Well, last week's win, which was a blowout victory over
San Bernardino.
San Bernardino, thank you. I don't know why I'm blanking. Two teams in a row wearing blue. I think that's what it is. Sorry, Bill. Sideline pass complete to the outside. Huskies right on it, though.
Gain of about 5 on the actual play there. Take it to roughly the 40.
So it looks like Porch. Persis with the tackle. They got about 4. Let's call a moderate first down gain. It was interesting, Albert, to see that a lot of teams that we played have a similar style with their offense, particularly how they start. So 2nd and 6 here.
They'll go with a run play up the middle off to the left side. Gain of about 1 as a running back ran into a brick wall of Huskies.
Looks like maybe Gabriel Floyd, Mr. Everything, might have got there first. So be 3rd and 4 from the 41 of Cerritos. One thing Coach Godinez preaches to his defense, particularly during the offseason and preseason, is get off the field. So 3rd down, get off the field. So let's see if the Huskies can get the big stop here with 3rd and 4.
They've been able to do so in a lot of games this season, so hopefully they'll be able to keep up that trend.
Yeah, pass play, good protection. Pass is complete right at the 35, 45, maybe 46. Enough for the first down.
Yeah, just enough, as we can see the referees given the signal to move the chains. So a fresh set of downs for the Falcons, 1st and 10 from the 46.
Andre Lampley, number 14 quarterback. He had a good amount of time back there, Albert. So Huskies got to figure a way to put some pressure on him. Hit as he thrown. Pass is complete to number 2. He's beat the defense downfield, and he is in for the touchdown. That is Gavin Porch, who got behind the Husky defense. Huskies got to the quarterback just as he was throwing, hit him, but Porch was wide open and was able to dart in, caught the ball about the 20, and like I said, he was behind the defense, Albert, and he was able
wide
to run
open shot down the field for the Falcons, and they strike first. It'll be 7-0 Falcons pending the extra point.
Falcons taking advantage of one of the Achilles heels of the Huskies defense, which is the deep pass.
Kick is up and is good.
Falcons strike early, Albert.
Yeah, so a quick scoring play for Cerritos puts them up 7-0. 12:40 remaining here in the first. So now the Huskies will have a chance to respond and show what they're capable of.
Falcons strike first quickly.
And it looks like it's Corbin and Smith for East LA in the backfield, ready to return.
Interesting to see who will start at quarterback this game for the Huskies. We see Jillian Carter down the field. We've seen Trillian Harris, also Frank Alvarez. So it's possible that any of the 3 can come on for the first series as the kickoff is fielded at the 7. Good room here with good tackle. Tyler Smith.
Yeah, so that was Smith, the return.
We got tackled. I believe that was number 9, Quinn Potts, that got to him.
Yeah, took it to about the 22. So 1st and 10 from the Husky 22.
Actually, it was a good open tackle by Potts because it looked like they had the edge that Smith might have had the angle. If you remember last week's game when Husky scored on the very first play, which was a kickoff return, kind of had a similar wedge that opened up, but this time Falcons with Potts was able to close in and make this one-on-one tackle. So 1st and 10 from the 21 Huskies. It looks like it's Frank Alvarez back, the quarterback. Hands off. Oh, met in the backfield immediately. Keandre Douglas didn't get anywhere. Matter of fact, he lost a couple of yards there.
It looks like a loss of about 3, judging by the sideline markers there. Loss of 2 officially, so 2nd and 12 from the 19.
So again, interesting that Frank Alvarez is in to start the game in the opening series at quarterback for the Huskies. Going 4 wide here. Drops back the pass. One-handed. Couldn't be hauled in on the sideline, incomplete. Jalen Moore was the target.
It looks like he almost had a hand on it, but just couldn't quite rein it in.
Alvarez, you need that pass to maybe be a little more on target. It wasn't like he was tightly covered.
Yeah, so 3rd and long here for East LA, looking for a big play, try to get a 1st down, and trying to regain some momentum here as the Falcons were first to score in their opening drive.
Alvarez draws back, pressured, gets rid of it. No, he doesn't. He faked the throw, but it didn't stop Cerritos from coming
Sacked
hard.
by number 18 of the Falcons.
That would be Nathan Gonzalez. So
it's going to be a 3 and out here for East LA as they're going to have to punt it out.
not the start you want. You would have liked to have thought that Alvarez had enough time to get rid of that ball, Albert.
Yeah, he almost made a move himself, try to, go with a scramble and keep it. But he was looking for somebody downfield, but just couldn't find that open player.
So Huskies going to have to punt from deep. This ball is going to take a Husky bounce and then bounce back the Falcons' way. It'll be down right inside the Husky 40.
Yeah, so not the greatest of punts, probably one of the worst we've seen all season for East LA.
Well, that's saying something because even at the Citrus game, Huskies had major problems punting. I think they only averaged about 25 yards a punt, and now it's with a 67-yard punt factored in. So punting's been an issue. Getting good yardage in the air is an issue.
We've seen better kicks from East LA this season. Hopefully they can do better later on in the game, and hopefully be in a situation where they don't have to punt it up as often.
Looks like that was number 23, which is E.J. Smith. There's no alternate 23. 23, E.J. Smith on the carry. Looks like he got about 7 there. Another Achilles heel for the Huskies is that a good running team can gash them, can gash the defense. So Huskies got to, when they get a hold of their man, they got to bring them down. They got to hit them hard and bring them down. You can't let 2-yard contact with 2 yards turn into a 4 or 5 yard run. Good pursuit on the backside there on the run to the near side.
Yeah, take the run to the right side, like just on the right hash mark, just short of the 1st down. So 3rd and short here for the Falcons.
Looks like Alonzo Person might have gone. Got him.
So Huskies need a big stop here.
3rd and a short 2. Oh, they're going for, Cerritos looks like they're going for some sort of push. Instead, it's going to be close. It's going to be close, and now they're saying a fumble.
Huskies gesturing like they have the ball. We'll see what the official call is as the refs break up the pack and the pile.
No call yet. They're conferring. The referees are. So no turnover, but the Huskies do stop the Falcons short of the 1st down marker. So it'll be 4th and 1. So good defensive stop there.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a very, very short 1 yard. It looks like it's 4th and inches here.
This would be, let's see, it's 31, 17. This would be a 48-yard attempt. A lot of schools don't quite have kickers. So Cerritos is going to go bunch again. Going to try and get that last yard. 4th and 1. Inside, and
Looks like it might have been enough.
he just needed to get to the 30, to the 30-yard line, literally the line. They're gonna have to. First, Cerritos was mentioned. They had and it's first down Cerritos. Looks like the Huskies might have been trying to maybe say that the nose of the ball came up short. Maybe Coach Godinez would have tried to, yeah, Coach Godinez is letting them have it. You can see him on the sideline. He thought maybe it was a half a yard or maybe an inch or two short. At least maybe afford the opportunity to go for a measurement. But it's 1st and 10, Cerritos.
So they go with a run play up to the right side, and it's taken to the sideline out of bounds.
Looks like Isaac Anenye got about 5.5 yards on that one. So what we're starting to see so far is that the Falcons are taking the ball to the outside, and they're able to turn the corner. When the Huskies' defense is going well, they're able to shut that corner down. They're able to go sideline to sideline. But when they're not going well in their run defense, they allow the opposing team running back can turn the corner and go upfield. And it's either going to be encroachment or false start. It looks like the sign coming in from the far ref is false start.
So false start, big, potentially costly penalty there for the Falcons. East LA catches a little bit of break and a little bit of breathing room here as we approach 2nd down. So a much more manageable 2nd and 9 for East LA defense. Handoff drops back. Big pass up the middle is complete.
And it's number 2 again, Gavin Porch, making the play. Found an opening in that Husky pass defense and got open in the middle of the field.
So Falcons, once again, in the red zone. It'll be 1st and goal from the 8. And so far, it looks like it's going to be all Falcons the way they've played so far. Pass to the right is complete.
At least this time they don't allow any YAC as the tackle is made.
Short gain will bring us to 2nd down.
That Fleischhood? Yep, Fleischhood. We're calling his name pretty frequently throughout the year. He used to make some key tackles at the defensive back position.
So it was a gain of about 2, so it'll be 2nd and goal from the Husky 6. 6:15 are left here in the 1st.
The running play, this time Huskies are all over it. Goes nowhere.
Yeah, Husky dug pile preventing what could have been a nice scoring run opportunity for the Falcons. So that's going to bring us to 3rd down. We'll see what the Falcons can do up next with their next play.
Third and goal, drop back to pass. But they just trying to get to the quarterback before he can throw the ball. Big time 3rd down sack, Albert.
And that's exactly what East LA needed to do to prevent another possible 6 points going up for the Falcons. So kicking team will come on up for the Falcons as they will attempt their first field goal try of this game. There's a snap and the hold. Kick is up and is good. So 10-0 lead right now here in this first quarter for Cerritos Falcons. Huskies will need to respond.
So 29-yard field goal by Cerritos. Huskies, at least it was a good sign, Albert, that they tightened up that run defense in that goal line, a goal-to-goal situation. And not only did they stuff the run on second down, but they got to the quarterback on third down after just missing the sack previously, even in this drive.
Yeah, the red zone defense has been a fairly big positive for East LA a lot of this season. They've been pretty good at preventing a lot of those red zone scores. It's like we've seen earlier, their weakness has been those deep ball threats. And Huskies will need to keep an eye on that player Porch for the Falcons, as he's been the main guy to get him downfield both those times.
Yep. Blake Gibble Ford is going to return this one. He's got 2 punt returns for touchdowns so far this season, but he's gobbled up at the 26, where the Huskies offense will start. Falcons like, nope, you won't make us another one of your highlight reel. But the game's still early, Albert.
Yeah, so plenty of time left here in this first quarter, as well as the rest of the game. Huskies by no means out of it yet. So 1st and 10 from the Husky 27.
Alvarez back at quarterback. Running back to his right. Alvarez drops back. Instead, he runs forward. He's going to slide down. Oh, and a late hit, and there's flags. He's giving himself up, sliding down at the 30, and he got hit as his butt was already on the ground. Referees, of course, are going to protect the quarterback in that sense, particularly since he's given himself up.
Yeah, that should be a personal foul on the Falcons. We'll see what the official ruling here is from the White Hat. And that's exactly what it is. Personal foul on the defense.
So the biggest yardage gain of the game so far for the Huskies on a personal foul call. They'll take the 15 gladly. And this is, you see kind of a wholesale defensive shift.
Yeah, a lot of defensive substitutions here made by Cerritos.
Interesting, in the middle of a defensive drive, no change of possession. Almost the whole team subbed out and in. 1st and 10 at the Husky 46. Alvarez has got all time room. Floats one, but incomplete. Looks like he was looking for. It looks like he was looking for Jake Honstetter, but the ball was really overthrown. Had good protection.
He had a lot of time to make the pass, but just couldn't quite connect with Honstetter. It looks like he overthrew him at just a couple of yards. So 2nd down from the 44.
Oh, fake the swing pass. Instead, Alvarez dives forward and is tackled in midfield on another flag. Looks like the flag came in as he was going down. Wonder what the call will be. They placed the ball at the Husky 49. And here's another wholesale shift. Shift coming in. Almost wholesale. It looks like 4 or 5. And the
so
calls against
face
the Huskies.
masking face mask called on the Huskies. So that's going to bring the ball back quite a bit.
It's odd to see a face mask call when the quarterback is rushing.
Yeah, it's not really a play you see all that often, but it might have been like an alternative to holding.
Right,
probably,
right.
you know, trying to hold it back, trying to protect, you know, your quarterback a little bit, and that just cost them more yards than it was worth.
Yeah.
So 2nd and long.
Like 2nd and 20 to be exact, which is very long. See if the Huskies can chop down yardage here. Alvarez decides he's going to take off. He's running. Let's see if he turns to the sideline and pushed out at the 40.
It's about a 6-yard gain. No, 14 yards, because if they're on the 34, take it to the 40, it should be about a 14-yard gain there.
Do you find it interesting that Alvarez decided to run there, Albert?
A little bit, yeah. Actually, it's only about a 5-yard gain. I can't math right now. But I've noticed that Alvarez has been retaining the ball a little bit more, probably because, you know, the Falcons' defense has just been playing great coverage, because you see another flag fly on in.
And usually in the area of false start. And it is
false start is the call, so that's pretty much going to erase, you know, the gains that Alvarez just got with his legs.
So Huskies got their 15, initially got 15 yards on a personal foul call, but they've pretty much almost given it back. Alvarez being chased out the pocket, throw short, complete. Oh, Tyler Smith stays on his feet, but is gang tackled at the 35.
Yeah, probably a really minuscule gain of about 1 or 2 as we have a Falcons player down on the field back at around the 20-yard line.
Hopefully he's okay. Interesting play call decisions here early on for offense. I've seen a few cases where when Alvarez drops back to pass that you got a running back or somebody like that will flare out to the sideline. And the Huskies, actually a good deal of their early offense, what we've seen so far this season, is throwing to those backs in the flat. So interesting that Alvarez hasn't been hitting those backs, flaring out in the back and letting the backs, pass catchers make some plays to get some positive yards. Unfortunately, we have seen from Alvarez before where he's been off target. In fact, the Long Beach game a few weeks ago, Alvarez actually started the game and was off target with his passes, just missing some of the wide receivers. And so on the third offensive series, I believe, Julian Harris came in, and the rest was history. Harris lit it up. In fact, it was the Harris to DeAndre Knox show, particularly in the first half of that one.
Yeah, so with this injury timeout here, we're going to take a quick break ourselves. We'll be right back here watching Husky football right here on SportsNetUSA.net. So we're back from our injury timeout here, about to resume our play here in the first quarter. That was Prince Okori, who was helped up off the field for the Falcons. He did walk off under his own power, but was slightly assisted, but he did get up and has walked off the field. So hopefully he'll be okay. We'll try to monitor his status for the rest of the game. Meanwhile, it's 4th and 19 from the Husky 35 as they'll be punting it away.
It looks from the formation that they're going to try and go for the punter here. Falcons got that punt off. Oh, take a good Husky bounce.
Generous bouncer for East LA. Tries to pin them back at the Falcons 26.
So decent punt there. At least give the defense some room to operate. That was an issue a couple weeks ago against Citrus, You'll see the numbers against the defense weren't good. They did give up over 100, close to 150 yards of rushing. However, the Huskies defense kept coming on the field on their half of the coming on the start series on their half of the field because of poor punts. Not the case right now though. 1st and 10 at the 25.
Run play towards the left side of the field.
It took the Huskies a while to wrestle down the runner, Juan Caldera.
A gain of 6, so 2nd and 4 for the Falcons.
One thing the Mount Sac loss taught the Huskies defense is that they need to be able to hit and wrap up hard. They'll need to do that today.
So he hands it off, takes it up the middle, and runs straight into a pack of Huskies. It's going to be a loss of about 1.
Good tackle there by Alonso Person. Gobbled up the runner. He tried to go up the middle and shift to his right a little bit. So might lose a yard even on that. This will be 3rd and
Yeah, so 3rd and 5. Did indeed lose a yard on that run play. Go with the pass up toward the left, and it's almost intercepted.
There's DJ Shanks, who does have a few interceptions on the seasons so far, almost got to that one.
Do have a flag on the play.
So
holding on the offense, which of course is declined as 4th down was coming up.
We'll see.
So Falcons with their first punt of the game. Husky defense really stepped up there, Cerwin.
Yeah, well, you know what? They had room to operate, so mentally it wasn't like they coming onto the field in a tight situation. Interesting to see, though, that the Huskies are hitting this quarterback, though, Albert.
Yeah, they are getting to him and are able to take his shots. Would have been great to have seen Shanks come up with the ball there, but, you'll still take it as they do result.
And this is
punt here.
Floyd.
It's going to be taken up. Floyd up the middle towards the right. He's broken the tackles. That is a punt return for 6. And East LA will be down by 3 pending the extra point.
3rd punt return for a touchdown this season for Gabriel Floyd, Mr. Everything. As I got Steven behind me, either he's trying to tell me to calm down or he's just giving me an inspiration. I'm not sure which one it is. But
a little bit of both, I would say, Cerwin. But Gabriel Floyd, fantastic player for not only the defense but also the special teams, clearly here for East LA as he gets the Huskies on the board.
Shades of the Huskies when they were at Golden West. It took the Gabriel Floyd a punt return there for a touchdown to get the Huskies started with the scoring.
So here's the snap, hold, kick is up, and kick is good.
Ethan Rodriguez on the extra point. And like you said, and Huskies close within 3, down 10-7.
Yeah, so a great response there by the Huskies to the Falcons, who had scored on back-to-back drives up until this one here. So Huskies get a great stop defensively and put points on the board.
And this is actually that punt return gave you evidence of the type of a supreme athlete that Gabriel Floyd is. He caught that punt on the run. He had to. Actually, you can watch him. He's looking at it. He's tracking the trajectory of the ball, and he starts his run. And usually, you got a punt returner when they're moving as they're about to field the punt. Usually, that spells danger, spells trouble. But Floyd, his momentum as he's running forward to catch the punt actually got him started. Then he hit the crease in the middle. Then he broke to the outside, the far sideline. And again, the type of athlete that he is, he's going to outrun most guys on the field.
Absolutely, and he clearly showed the burst of speed that he had, as there weren't even any tackles to break because he had already flown past them.
Indeed, yeah.
So here is the kickoff.
Fielded at the 5. And good saving tackle there at the 32.
Looks like that was Isaiah Blair on the return for the Falcons.
Speaking of 32, is Andre Watkins actually on the tackle.
So a strong return for the Falcons puts them on their own 33. Correction, 32. .8 seconds left here in the first.
Huskies up and pull the call. Stop the clock here. Okay, so ask for.
Looks like we're trying to get a reset of the clock to 53 seconds.
53. 53, please. We all work together here in communication with the field and the control room, the PA and the clock.
Do our best.
Yep, scoreboard run by Richie Rosales, a retiree here, a long-time Husky. First down.
They'll run it. That's going to be good for about 4 yards.
Alonzo Person, we've been calling his name a lot so far in this game. It looks like they'll get a little bit more. They'll have about 5.5. Looks like it's going to be a short 5. Second down.
So probably enough time for about one more play here in the first.
Yep, as you got 21 seconds on the play clock and 23 seconds on the game clock.
Get in there, ELAC, get in there.
Clock down to 10 seconds left.
There'll be another run to the far side. Huskies, good job on the pursuit. String out the play, forced him to the sideline, was able to turn.
So there are zeros on the board, so that takes us to the end of the first quarter.
Huskies trail the visiting Falcons of Cerritos 10-7. We'll take a break. We'll be back here on sportsnetusa.net.
So we're back here live from Weingart Stadium for the start of our second quarter. Falcons have the ball, 3rd and 4 coming up. It's a pass deep down right side of the field. Pass is going to be incomplete as the pass from the Falcons quarterback was well short of their receiver.
Good coverage, even though the ball was pretty short, maybe about a good 3 yards. Bounced in front of the nearest receiver.
Yeah, so great defensive play there to, I guess not even break up the play, because the pass didn't even meet the player there to break up the play, but good defensive coverage nonetheless, as that forces a 4th down for the Falcons.
So I believe this is the first punt that Cerritos has had.
Second punt.
Oh, second punt.
Because the first punt was returned.
That's right. You're right. I apologize. This time they
Big
don't
punt
kick it to
about
Floyd.
the 20. As the Falcons swarm all over the Huskies punt returner, Shoes Brinkley.
It's another talented athlete. Makes a bunch of plays all over the field, usually at defensive back. I think the Falcons were just thrilled that it wasn't Floyd returning. So there's like, we're not kicking it to Floyd this time. We'll take our chances with Shoes Brinkley.
Yeah, Falcons praying all over Shoes Brinkley on that punt return. Pins the Huskies back on the 20-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the Husky 20-yard line. We'll see what Frank Alvarez does here.
Run. Oh, play action pass out to the flat to Honstetter. Looks like he's got the 1st down.
Yeah, gain of about 11 yards, so should be 1st and 10 from the 21.
Good design there. A little play action had me fooled. Looks like it was going to run to the near side. Instead, he threw it to the far side. Hit Honstetter on the flat.
Do it again, Huskies! Do it again!
So Huskies seem to be moving the ball a little bit better now. They've had a few repetitions in.
Get open, Huskies, get open!
Another play action, short pass complete. Got some room. He's still running, and he's finally tackled at the 46. As DeAndre Knox got the catch and sprinted down another 12 yards after the catch. Oh.
Yeah, great maneuver there by Knox to gain those yards after some strong contact by the Falcons. So officially in Falcons territory now, 1st and 10 from the Falcon 46.
So Alvarez using his mobility. Instead of running, he's using the mobility to pass. Running backs flanked on either side of him. Option goes to Tyler Smith. Tyler Smith's got some great speed. We've seen him throughout the season with almost like ungodly type bursts out of the backfield. If he gets that hole, he can just bust through it quickly, and before you know it, he's downfield for 10 yards. So Cerritos looks like they scouted him, so they tackled him there, but he got 4, so it made a modest gain. 2nd and 6 at the Cerritos 47. This is Julian Carter in. And there's a flag down at the end of that play. Carter looked like he dived forward for 2. Flag came in, looked like right as he was diving.
So personal foul.
Oh, hit to the head.
Hit to the head on the
Cerritos.
defense there. So costly penalty there for the Falcons. This is going to give the Huskies much better field position here.
And to be fair, because that's the second time now the Huskies were able to draw that foul, which is good for ELAC. But to be fair, it is kind of tough when you have a quarterback who's running. Obviously, they want to protect the quarterbacks, right, Albert? When the quarterback's running and he's diving, particularly if he's diving forward, he's prone. And as the defender, you play to the whistle, right?
It's hard to make, the smart play there.
Right.
Like, because as a defensive player, you're trying to make the defensive play. And it's hard to, hold back, the ability to, make that type of play when your, quarterback is giving it himself up like that.
Oh. Carter got the catch. How about that?
So
they award him the catch at the 3. It wasn't sure at first the way he was coming down, but they give him the catch at the 5.
So, I run the camera as well, Cerwin.
You got fooled?
In addition, yeah, I got totally fooled there by that rogue ball on the sideline. That was getting tipped off. I'm like, wait a minute, did that hit and then go out of bounds? Like, what just happened there?
It did look
but
like
no, that was indeed a completion.
It was.
So Huskies are now in the red zone. First and goal from the Falcons' 5.
And we didn't make a mention of it a few moments ago, but we're going to say it. Julian Carter's now in at quarterback.
So Carter keeps it.
Huskies try to surge him forward after the initial hit.
Short gain, probably of about 2-3 yards there.
So Julian Carter, sophomore out of Westchester, recently played at El Camino. He's got a good size. He's 6'3", 205. Another Husky quarterback that can make plays with shown that he's able to make plays with his arm as well as with his feet. Second goal at the 2. With 11-12 left in the second quarter. Huskies trail by 3, 10-7, but trying to see if they can go ahead here.
Runner in motion.
And he got the catch! Touchdown! Huskies!
Number 4 for East LA. And we got some flags flying in as well.
There'll be post-touchdown celebratory flags. See if they assess it on the extra point or if they assess it on kickoff. Touchdown is good. And dead ball foul.
So unsportsmanlike conduct on the Huskies. Looks like that'll definitely be assessed on the kickoff.
Which is really not the greatest of news because so far Cerritos has been able to have modest to decent returns on kickoff returns. So, but regardless of that, Huskies get 6 and they're looking for the extra point to go up 4.
Kick is up and through the posts.
14-10 with 10:59 left in the second quarter.
So Huskies starting to make things happen.
Interesting that a lot of that action happened with Carter behind center. Julian Carter coming in behind center. Carter started the year, I guess you could say he started the year behind Alvarez and Harris. But due to injuries and other factors, Carter has been playing more in the latter half of this season, and he's producing.
So normally kickoff will be from the 35, but with the post-touchdown penalty will be assessed now. So that'll be now kicking off from
20.
The 20. And one thing that can be said about the Huskies is that they are a much better kicking team now when it comes to their kickoffs. Not the best, but like they've been better than what they have in the past. So hopefully this won't be too detrimental for this potential drive for the Falcons.
Better kicking team, better place kicking, especially from last year.
Absolutely.
Might have heard us bring it up in prior broadcasts, but it kind of bears repeating that the Huskies, when overall with 5-6 last year, could have easily won another 2 or 3 games if they had steady place kicking. This is when the fielders run into each other. They had them doing like a bear crawl for about another 5 yards when he was hit.
It's number 2 on the return.
That's Gavin Porch. I believe it's Gavin Porch. Yeah, it's Gavin Porch because he's looks like he's the shorter of the 2 number 2s for Cerritos.
Yeah, so we got a lot of duplicate numbers there. Usually it's just defensive and offensive players there.
Well, John Van Gaston, who's the SID for Cerritos, has warned us before the season and made sure that we were aware that to note that that Cerritos is one of the schools that does double up their numbers, offense, defense.
Yeah, it was the same last season, too. Very confusing covering that game.
He said it, John. I didn't.
Well, luckily, I wasn't announcing. I was just the one shooting it, but,
Right.
it didn't make it any easier.
And shooting that one incomplete.
Pass incomplete to Isaiah Blair. One thing I will say, though, that does kind of work in favor for duplicate numbers. It makes it easier to kind of spot like what player it is. Like when you look at numbers, like instead of like looking down like this huge list of like numbers, it's a little bit shorter. And if there is a dupe, you already know what player you're looking for.
Now, what if you're the Huskies? I mean, if the Falcons had to do what the Huskies
roster.
did and use their defensive players on offense situationally.
Well, then it's just confusing.
And that's not confusing. It's a big hole. Number 23, he's going. Oh, they're going to drag him down before he gets to the end zone.
They drag him down in the end zone. Touchdown, Falcons.
And a flag at the end. And just when the Huskies were just getting their bearings here, got back into this game, got the lead back, Cerritos just burst through with a big run.
So we'll see what the official ruling is here.
Well, the flag came after he crossed the goal line, so. Not sure. Oh, it's a touchdown is good.
So touchdown does stand. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Falcons. So that'll be assessed on the kickoff.
One thing with your Huskies, you don't want to get into I mean, either team, you don't want to get into a tit-for-tat thing where, there's a lot of egos, a lot of trash talking that goes down on the field. So you don't want to get in a tit-for-tat situation.
So 17-14 pending the extra point here. Kick is up and good. So Falcons respond quickly here to take back the lead. 10:37 left here in the second quarter.
Touchdown. It did say number 23. They're crediting it to E.J. Smith, who is number 23. He's listed as a linebacker, but there's only one 23. There's not two 23s. So we'll double check that. But E.J. Smith with a 43-yard run just bust through the Huskies defense and turned on the Jets there. Jets with good size, 6'1", 227. He's out of Warren High School in Downey. But I think if you're the Huskies coaching staff, you anticipated this type of battle, because again, Cerritos is not as strong as recent years, but they're still proven to be a tough out this season.
So Falcons kicking from the 20 as a result of that unsportsmanlike conduct play on the touchdown.
Oh, a pitch! You don't see that often on a kickoff. Try to confuse Cerritos, but the Falcons.
They read that perfectly. Tried to do a little bit of misdirection there on that actual pitch pass.
It was actually Floyd pitched it to Shoes Brinkley.
So not entirely a bad idea with the speed that Brinkley brings to the field, but unfortunately timed because the Falcons had all day to actually respond. Like they weren't in a close enough position where they can, not as quickly respond.
Right. I think the pitch, most of the Falcons' gunners were in the middle of the field. The pitch happened in the middle of the field. So the Falcons were able to shift easily. Wonder maybe if Floyd should have just kept that. Either way, it's 1st and 10 for the Huskies at their 30. Alvarez back in. Hands the ball off, but is met in the backfield by a bunch of Falcons. Tyler Smith going nowhere, unfortunately. Going to lose a yard. It does look like the Huskies so far have had some trouble getting their running game going. They're not necessarily a run-dominant team per se, but you like to see them be able to mix it up some without the quarterback needing to run. Short pass, the number 2, got some good yard after the catch. That's Camarion Thornton. Got about, looks like maybe a 7 there, Albert.
Yes, that should be 3rd and 2 coming up. So big gain there for the Huskies. Makes it a much more manageable 3rd down.
Much more manageable, gives your offense more options. Give the ball handoff. Looks like he met at the line. I don't know if he got it. I don't think he made
Not
it past
even
the line
close.
Of no.
So no gain, no loss.
But it is a loss because of loss of down and at 4th and 1. And it looks like the Huskies' offense is staying on the field, Albert.
So we'll see what happens here on 4th down, if they go for it or not. Plenty of time left on the play clock. Maybe try to drive the Falcons offsides, get an extra 1st down. And they do indeed go for it. Keeps it. Gets it past the 40.
I think he got it.
And a 1st down for the Huskies. So Alvarez with the keeper.
And there's a Falcon down on the field hurt. Is that 47?
It's going to be an injury timeout called by the officials.
Let's see who it is before we can confirm the number, but training staff is out looking at the young man. It looks like 47 from here. Thankfully, I do happen to keep a pair of binoculars.
So it is indeed number 47 getting up. He'll be walked off the field with some assistance here. Looks like he's kind of favoring his right leg as his left leg is the one that's giving him some trouble.
That's Anakin Apui. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. Apiu. He's a 5'11" sophomore out of St. Anthony High School out in Long Beach. So he's being helped off by 2 trainers on either side of him. Kind of hopping on one leg.
That's the 2nd injury to a Falcons player today. Hopefully that's all we'll see the rest of the evening.
Yeah, you don't want to see a bunch of guys going down, regardless of which team it is.
Especially at this time of the year too, like when your season's complete, like you hate to have that end of season injury. That's just kind of like puts a sour note in your mouth.
It does.
As I mix metaphors there.
Yeah. I was going to let you have that.
So handoff up the middle, gain of about 5.
Also interesting that it seems like Tyler Smith is being featured a bit more, particularly in this first half, than Honstetter is, with 7:58 counting in the 2nd quarter. Huskies trail Cerritos 17-14.
.7:45 left on the clock and counting. 2nd and 6 on the Husky 45.
Play action. Oh, almost intercepted.
Almost intercepted by number 3 of the Falcons.
That would have been
Zedekiah Rodriguez-Brown.
going for Kennedy Lewis. I apologize. What I said earlier, it wasn't DeAndre Knox who had the big game at Long Beach, particularly big first half. It was actually Kennedy Lewis who was catching all those passes from Trillian Harris.
So 3rd and 6. We'll see what Coach Bobby Godinez calls here in this situation. 7:27 remaining.
Open it up. Knock 'em.
Alvarez throws on the run. Complete, but tackled immediately was Thornton. So no gain on the 3rd down play there. And Huskies will be forced to punt from their 46.
Yeah, good completion, but Thornton was met directly as soon as he caught the ball.
It is something to watch for now. Huskies going to halftime. We still got about less than less than a quarter to go. Half a quarter to go. Oh, that was almost blocked. Got the kickoff. Wait for fair
Sitting
catch.
for a fair catch.
At the 15-yard line of Cerritos. So interesting that it seemed like when Jillian Carter was in, the offense moved better than Frank Alvarez. So interesting to see what they decide to do, at least for the rest of this way, for the second quarter, and whether that will factor into their halftime adjustments, Albert.
It really depends on the pace of play that you're looking for here, because with Carter under the ball, it seemed like they were really moving fast. With Alvarez, a little more slower pace, but they also had some fairly big gains as well, because they had 2 back-to-back plays of 10-plus yards.
Get the ball. Let's go. Get 'em.
Huskies sniffed out this run, tried to go up the middle, got pretty much nothing there. To Gable Floyd, it looked like he was the first one to hit him.
So gain of about 2, it appears. Maybe 1 yard. Small gain.
You like to see your defensive backs that can come down and downfield and downwind and make hard hits and tackle ball carriers. But it's good to have that, but definitely you want your linebackers to be able to sniff those types of runs out, maybe a little more than your defensive backs. So 2nd down, run to the outside. Huskies get there, don't let them turn the corner.
Looks like he just barely got back to the line of scrimmage, if
Floyd
not
again?
a little bit more.
Yeah, it was Floyd again.
Short gain for the Falcons, gain of 1. And Floyd making his presence known. .520 left here in the first quarter. Second quarter, apologies, first half.
3rd and 6.
Watch the ball, Huskies. Watch the ball.
You got 3 wide to the near side for Cerritos. Drop back pass, blitz. Pass to the outside. Got free, but he brought down almost at the marker. If you're the Huskies, you got to be shooting yourself because.
And we see a signal there that was enough for the first down.
And we missed who missed the tackle because initially the ELAC had
He
that.
had him
that.
dead
He had
to
him
rights.
dead to right and just let him slip by you. I couldn't tell who it was that missed that tackle, but man, that would have been a huge third
Especially
down play.
since the reception was like a one-handed catch. He still had to bring it in.
Right, he was
and like the coverage was good. He had him right on the spot.
The receiver was off balance. A good chance to bring him down, but a missed tackle, costly missed tackle. Bit of a run blitz. The running back gets to the outside. He breaks, and he's forced out at the, looks like the 36, but it'll still be good for first down. One of the problems with blitzing, with run blitzing up the middle, Albert, is that you have to get there before the running back gets to the outside and turn that corner. Because if you got guys blitzing up the middle, that means there are spaces in the defensive backfield where guys normally would be, but they aren't.
So Falcons starting to make some moves here late in the second quarter. They're up 17-14, 3:46 left here in the second quarter.
Pitch to the outside, going to the near side. And it looks like Zach Camarena finished them off with Tamir Jackson getting there first.
Short gain of about 2.
So 3:16 and counting in this second quarter. Huskies defense faced with a 2nd and 8. They trail Cerritos 17-14. Play action. Blitz coming from Frost. I got him!
Sack made by number 5.
DJ Shanks with the corner blitz. Got home. Huge loss there. I think got him for 10 yards there.
Yeah, quarterback almost scrambled away. Shanks fell to the floor, but just was able to grab the ankle of the Falcons QB, bring him down for a big loss of 8. So 3rd and 18.
This is where the Huskies defense can kind of pin their ears back a little bit, but they still need to be shorthanded when they grab hold of the ball carrier. 5-4 wide.
Pass complete to number 2, brought down at the 40.
Good job there,
So Gavin Porch on the reception. Gain of 10 brings us to 4th and 18.
So we say number 12. However, in this week's roster, I'm number 12. So sometimes you see that mystery players, maybe a guy came into the game on game day and forgot his jersey. That happens with teams frequently, more frequently than you like to think. So with 1:42 and counting, Cerritos will come on to punt. So there's flags down in the backfield. Shoes Brinkley gets the fields the punt, but doesn't go anywhere as he's brought down about the 24, 325. But before he fielded the punt, there were flags down on that side of the field.
I guess it's probably a legal substitution.
Which it won't. Well, yeah, because you heard the coaches yelling frantically from the sidelines before the play, and it looks like there was some confusion on the Husky part, so it might be too many men on the field or illegal substitution. So we'll see what the call is officially. So assess the penalty on the assess the penalty on offense, on Huskies offense. So they're not going to re-kick it. They're just going to give tack on the 5 yards. So Huskies will take the field with 1:27 left. Offense will. And the ball's right now placed at the 26. So if this is a 5-yard penalty, it should move them back to the 21. Referee picks up the ball, and he's marking off the 5 yards with the linesman. Umpire and the linesman marking off. Frank Alvarez in. So Alvarez and the Huskies typically offensive and not prominent in doing strictly downfield. You think 127 left. Now they got all their timeout, so they may be able to not have to completely throw downfield, at least initially. But you see Huskies, they have 4 wide, 3 on the near side. Running back shifts. Alvarez drops back. He avoids a sack. There's a flag down in the backfield. He's going to decide he's going to run it. Breaks through and gets about 12.
So we'll see if this is going to be brought back at all.
Flags were in the area of offensive holding, and that's what's called. So they're going to replay the down. We see another called a line shift by Cerritos' defense. We've seen that a few times already. So Huskies now pinned further back with 1:16 left in the half. So even with the 3 timeouts, you're thinking the Huskies definitely need to start throwing downfield.
It's going to be 1st and long from their own 11.
Clock's going at 59 seconds left. Short pass to the flat, and it dropped. Incomplete.
That was Keandrick Douglas.
I wonder if it's one of those instances where Douglas looked upfield before securing the catch. Good contingent of on the visitor side today, Albert. You see a lot of Cerritos fans. We figured there would be. 2nd down. So run up the middle. Smith broke free before he's hit at the 23 and stopped.
So good gain of about 10.
Champ Rodriguez.
Actually giving him a little bit more.
Champ Rodriguez, free safety, made the tackle. So we mentioned Tyler Smith being featured. But looks like the Huskies are not going to stop this clock. It's running
20
at 20
seconds
They
now
got all
left
3
here in
timeouts,
the
but
first half.
looks like they're just going to be content just going into halftime, down 3.
They do get the ball coming into the second half, so that seems like it might be the better play here.
Maybe if they hadn't been pinned back 10 yards by the holding call, maybe they might have felt more springy about taking some shots downfield. But they're going to do the more risk-averse thing here, which is just take the ball into halftime as we got zeros on the clock. And we'll take a break here as well. Huskies trail the visiting Cerritos Falcons 17-14 as it is halftime. I'm Cerwin D. Haynes, Sports Information Specialist for East LA College. Albert Robles here with me as he's been all season. And we'll take a break. We'll be back in about 20 minutes, Albert?
It's about 20 minutes you're watching Husky football right here on SportsNetUSA.net. So we're back for the start of our second half. Third quarter about to begin as the Falcons kick off to the Huskies. Shoes Brinkley back to return as he stumbles and falls down.
Actually Floyd, which is uncharacteristic. He fielded that ball right inside the end zone and was trying to get up ahead of steam, but he lost his footing under him and basically crawled and fell down at the 12. So uncharacteristic misplay, but there by Floyd. Huskies will get the ball, not good field positioning. Will be deep in their territory.
So 1st and 10 from the 11 for East LA.
Trying to pull up some first half stats while we're working on things here. Alvarez in at quarterback. Bunch formation on the near side. Quick pass. Through the hands. Incomplete. Camarion Thornton, the target. Looks like it was through his hands.
Zedekiah Rodriguez-Brown in coverage there, preventing the completion.
The interwebs of information in terms of what we're looking for is a little slow tonight. Empty backfield, pass, incomplete. You can kind of generously say that DeAndre Knox was intended. Again, interesting to note that Alvarez has had some trouble finding his targets. It's happened every now and again during the season. It looks like he's kind of struggling here. Huskies do rely on the short quick passes to kind of establish the offensive rhythm, Albert. But if he's missing on them and missing his reads, then it throws the whole offensive operations out of whack. 3rd and 10. Alvarez drops back, looks forward, and he's going to be sacked.
Number 14 for the Falcons, bringing down Alvarez.
It's going to be
Cavante Henry.
And it looks like also number 30 was there, Malachi DeBose. And again, Alvarez having trouble with some aspects of the offensive execution. Wonder how much longer Coach Godinez may go with him.
So Falcons force the punt.
Looks like the Huskies will call early timeout here as they're trying to get their punt formation under control.
So that concludes the Husky timeout. Huskies about to punt. Number 7 lined up to return.
Oh, shanked it. And it's going to be, the ball's going to die at the Husky 37. Not the punt you wanted, especially when you know you have to punt out of the end zone. Puts a lot of pressure on a punter to punt out of the end zone.
Yeah, so Huskies were hoping to pin the Falcons back to some reasonable, field position for the Husky defense.
You would like to at least maybe try to get the kick out to maybe the 40, 45, maybe a chance to get the defense half a field to operate with, but instead they're only going to have maybe about a little bit more than a quarter of the field as Cerritos will take over at the Husky 37, 1st and 10 with 13:47 left in the third quarter. Sideline pass outside to number 2. Good tackle there. Dre Towns. Gavin Porch, who's already hurt the Huskies early in this game, Towns made sure he didn't turn that corner.
Yeah, so good tackle for loss here by the Husky defense. Brings us to a 2nd and about 14 for the Falcons. Lampley of the Falcons finding his favorite target, Porch, so far.
Play action, not fooling the Huskies as, Zach Camarena blew the tackle,
sack, but is brought
Towns
down.
got him. Oh. Zach Camarena, who's usually been all over the place in the middle of a lot of defensive action, he had that sack and the quarterback wrestled free, but thankfully his teammate Dre Towns was right there to keep the quarterback from collecting himself. So another first 2 straight positive defensive plays for the Huskies, and now
a 3rd and very long for the Cerritos Falcons. They're placed back on the 50. Huskies looking for another stop. Lampley drops back, passes up to the right side, incomplete. He's looking for Dylan Laurer.
And that's the exact type of response of your coach, almost called him Coach Mosley. Coach Godinez wanted from his defense, hey, you're backed up. You basically don't have any margin for error. Let's see what you got. Well, what did the Huskies do? They drove the Falcons backwards about a good 15 yards, 13 yards, and forced the Falcons to punt. Huskies. No, except Floyd will pick it up on the run. But
Looks like they were about to let it go for a Falcon bounce. But they do reel it in and gain about an extra 5 yards.
So not a bad read. Again, you're always a little nervous when your punt returner picks the ball up off the bounce or is on the run.
You always just kind of like, it's like, hopefully that doesn't burn us. And luckily it didn't burn the Huskies that time, as they do have, favorable field position to start off this drive.
At least they got they're about 10 yards further than they were when they started the last drive. So with 12:10 left, third quarter, Huskies trail 17-14 to Cerritos. And this is Trillian Harrison, fires a pass complete to the near sideline.
That's Corbin.
First time we call Corbin's name today. There's 2 of them, so we have to be specific. Bryson Corbin. So I was just saying, Albert, how much longer would you go with Frank Alvarez, being that he's having trouble finding the mark with his passes? Here we go, Trillian Harris. Haven't seen him in a little bit.
Yeah, so 3rd QB for the Huskies today. We'll see if Harris is the answer so far. Pass out to Bryson Corbin, complete. Breaks a tackle or 2, gains a few extra yards.
But those few look like to be enough.
That does indeed get them the first down.
There's always a lot of things, on the sidelines that happen that we don't get to see or understand the dynamics, certain dynamics that we don't get to hear or see up here. But Harris coming in, 2 straight completions, 2 straight passes, Albert.
So fakes a handoff, throws deep. Bryson Corbin, the intended target.
Incomplete. Actually, good coverage there. Is that number 3 defense? It looks like that was Zedekiah Rodriguez Brown. Good coverage there. Tight coverage on Bryson. One thing Trillian Harris will do, because he's got the arm to do it, is let it fly deep. What the Huskies need to do, need from him, more to just to let it fly, is just execution. Let's look at just some confusion on the play call here with 8 seconds left on the play clock. Huskies are set, and it'll be a run up the middle. Honstetter got about 3. Oh, they'll give him 4 before he gets pushed back. .10:30 and counting in the third quarter. Huskies trail by 3, 17-14 to the visiting Falcons of Cerritos.
Gain of 4 takes us to 3 and 6 for the Huskies.
Harris with a powerful arm, but he does have the legs too. He's got legs and size. He's 6'5", 215. Drops back the pass here, looking for a man. Fires complete, and they give Bryson Corbin the catch at the 50.
So Bryson Corbin getting some heavy yardage here for the Huskies in this third period of action here.
Harris said he's hit on 3 of his first 4 passes.
And all of them to Bryson Corbin.
Play action to the, there's, oh, drop.
In and out of the hands of Jalen Moore.
Make it a move upfield before he secured the ball. He was open too. He had a little bit of space to work with. So the drop gives the Huskies 2nd and 10 at midfield. 9:33 in the third quarter. Still early in this drive, Albert, but you can kind of sort of start to sense a difference in the Huskies' offensive rhythm and cadence with Trillian Harris back behind center. Fakes it to Honstetter, decided to keep it up, decided to keep it up the middle. Did not fool Cerritos though. So no gain. It'll be 3rd and 10. 9-10 and counting. Third quarter. Huskies receivers bunch tight to the line. 3rd and 10. Harris drops back, fires, complete. DeAndre Knox. But did he get enough? Yep, there.
Just barely enough to move the chain. So first down for East LA.
Good job by Knox to know where the first down marker was. Huskies did not hurry up a little bit. And Chill Harris keeps it up the middle. This time did better than he did the last time he kept the ball. He'll get 5, maybe 6. Cerritos, sensing the Huskies trying to wrest momentum, calls timeout to slow the Huskies down a bit. So 8:12 left in the third quarter. Huskies trail Cerritos 17-14. East LA trying to go for win number 7 on the season, Albert. Who we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, hearing the words that a 7th win not only will get the Huskies a postseason bowl game, but with high possibility that the Huskies will host, East LA will host a bowl game. And we're told by our historians that the last time ELAC has hosted a bowl game was during one of the final years of I'm blanking. The previous Huskies coach, Rick Gamboa, excuse me. Sorry, Coach. Rick Gamboa's tenure as head coach of Huskies football. So Cerritos feeling that ELAC has found something to push the defense on the heels, calls timeout, but they're back from the timeout. 2nd and 6 from the 44. Harris looks back, pass out of bounds, incomplete.
Pass broken up by number 3 for the Falcons.
Rodriguez Brown, he's made some good plays tonight.
And we've said his name quite a few times already. So 3rd and 4 for East LA on the Falcon 34. 8:07 remaining.
Execution is so important at this point. Running backs to either side of Harris. Hands it off. Oh, broke a tackle there.
Keandre Douglas on the run.
He may be close or may have gotten it depending on that last bit of effort.
And we see from the judges, move the chains. First down, East LA. Great run there by Douglas.
Shiftiness is what got him those 4 yards that he needed. You like to see the offense put together a lengthy drive, kind of want to hope to tire out the defense. Play action, downfield. Bryson Corbin, one-hand catch, beautiful, at the 7 on the near side. Oh, now they're saying incomplete. Saying he didn't have control coming down, I guess. Almost
a terrific play there by Bryson Corbin. Would have gotten them well within scoring yardage.
Definitely would have put them in the red zone there. But you're seeing here with Harris that one thing he'll do and has the ability to do is get the offense to threaten more downfield, play more vertically. More verticality. No, that's not quite the right word.
Nope,
Albert.
I don't think so.
Drop a flag on it, and they're going to blow the call dead as the flag was in the backfield, defensive backfield. So you wonder maybe if it's too many men on the field or illegal shift or illegal substitution. There's also a flag at the 36, but again on the defensive half. Okay, I saw flags, but I guess they're not calling anything?
I'm guessing they were picked up here because I didn't see any signals there from the white hat.
Did
so
not. No.
Second down it is.
Interesting because there were 2 flags down, so they picked up both flags. All right. Not a heavily penalized game, so you like to see that so far. 2nd and 10, Harris in the gun. Flings one to the far sideline, and it is incomplete. He's looking for Kennedy Lewis. Harris has a lot of talent in his arm and legs. One thing you can say about him as far as critiques is that sometimes he does fall in love with the deep ball a little bit, tries to force the issue. Lewis was actually well covered. I guess he was trying to go for Lewis's back shoulder on that sideline pass. Or maybe on a 2nd and 10, you want to try and get as many yards as you can instead of going for maybe the home run ball. 3rd and 10 now at the Cerritos 30. Harris drops back, pass is short, complete to Corbin. Tackle before he can make his move upfield. He was crossing at the 25. Kind of hesitated a bit, maybe tried to shed the defender, Albert, instead of trying to keep going forward. He only got about 4 on that. Thank you, Albert. Siri thought I was talking to her instead of talking to the audience. Yep. Or Siri thought she was part of the audience and thought this was an interactive portion of the broadcast. So Huskies decided they're going to go for it on 4th down at the Cerritos 26. Harris drops back, Pressure coming. Oh, the pass is off the hands of DeAndre Knox. A little bit to his right side, but would you call that a catchable ball?
It was a close one. It wasn't the best
Throw.
best throw by Harris, but
He was being pressured, though. Cerritos brought the blitz.
But that is a turnover on down, so the Falcons will take over from their own 27 or 26.
That's the area where you would go for on a fourth down. You don't have a kicker that can boot maybe a 45-yarder. Cerritos decides to fake, throw the ball, and it's complete on the far sideline. That's number 7, Dylan Laura. First down yardage on the pass, so the rule sticks. Huskies did a great job pressuring the quarterback and getting into the backfield in the last series. See if they can do that again. Keep Cerritos from going deep into the Huskies territory. 1st and 10. Run up the middle, not a whole lot. Got about, 1, 2, 3 yards.
So handoff to E.J. Smith.
Look, that E.J. Smith is listed as a linebacker, but it looks like he's doing double duty tonight. So, 2nd and 7 at Cerritos' 42-yard line. 4:57 counting in this third quarter. The Falcons lead ELAC at 17-14. Huskies showing blitz. And it looks like a fake, a handoff fake that fooled the Huskies. Thought maybe the quarterback fooled me too. So good misdirection there by Cerritos. Number 26, Jaden Harrington. No, excuse me, Chio Medina. Excuse me. Sorry, John. Apologize to John Van Gaston. He warned us well ahead of time that Cerritos has the double number system. 1st and 10 at Cerritos' 49. Goes back deep, but over the head, well over the head of the intended receiver, Gavin Porch. Andre Lampley, the quarterback for Cerritos. .407 left in this third quarter is 2nd and 10 from Cerritos' 49. Huskies showing blitz. They bring them. It's a run counter, but the Huskies this time don't fall for it. Swallow up the running back behind the line. I want to say it looked like number 90 for ELAC was there first. Trayvon Thomas, who we saw catch a touchdown pass last week, Albert, in the win over San Bernardino Valley. 3rd and 11 now for Cerritos at their 48. Huskies bring 3. And there's a strip shot fumble. And the ball's open. The ball's a wide ball. Huskies recover. And they're tackled at the 31.
Number 91 with the fumble recovery. So a strip sack and a fumble recovery for East LA.
Jacquez Harvey. The big play. Well, we've been mentioning it that the Huskies have done fairly well with getting home to the quarterback. They got some sacks. They got a few sacks. And they've been able to pressure the Cerritos quarterback. Put some pressure on Andre Lampley. That time they got home. Not only did they get home, they bull rushed him a bit and got the strip sack fumble. Huskies recover at the Cerritos 30. Harris back in at quarterback, Albert.
So it's 1st and 10 from the Falcons 30.
Play action. Harris throws it right into the arms of a Falcon. Poor play. He's still going. He's still going to the 20, 15,
and a
10,
pick six
5.
for the Falcons.
Just disaster there for the Huskies as Harris, as he's hit, throws the ball right into a Falcons linebacker. Or he's a cornerback.
That was E.J. Smith.
Linebacker, E.J. Smith, who's already hurt the Huskies once with a long running play, pulling double duty, hurts the Huskies big time with a pick 6. And you're thinking Harris should have just ate that one. Even she should have decided earlier whether he was going to pass it or run it. So Huskies defense gets the ball on the turnover, but Huskies give it right back. And unfortunately for the Huskies to give it back on a pick 6. So 23-14, Cerritos with the extra point pending. Again, one of those plays that really can put the knife in your gut, Albert. Particularly with the Huskies, looks like they were gaining momentum.
Kick is up and good. So 24-14 in favor of Cerritos.
I mean, there's no way to sugarcoat that, Albert. It's just a terrible turn of events. And just Cerritos, good defensive pressure, but if you're ELAC, particularly Harris, just unfortunately just very poor decision making at that juncture. Maybe evidence again of Harris kind of falling in love a bit with the deep ball, where maybe some short passing play, maybe quick hitting play, or maybe even a run might have been a better call there. But it's not like the clock is the Huskies' enemy, even though now it's a little bit more so with the Huskies trailing 24-14 with 3 minutes left in the third. So now it's going to be imperative for ELAC to make something happen here as the return. Tyler Smith wrestled down hard by Ronald Tebow Jr. Number 5 defensively for Cerritos. Fairly decent return, though Huskies will shut up shop at their 30. 2:53 left in the third quarter. Hopefully Harris kind of learned from his mistake there as he's going back out under center. Quick pass, play action pass complete. And there's a flag on the play. Jalen Moore on the reception. There's a flag in the offensive backfield, usually in the offensive call, some sort. Usually you don't see an offensive offsides, Albert.
Yeah, it's not that often you actually see that call, but it is going to cost the Huskies some field position here anyway.
I mean, it's a 5-yarder, but it erases what was a good first down play. Again, Cerritos would love to come in here and spoil the Huskies' fun here as Harris drops back, now steps forward, pass complete. And that is Jalen Moore again, taken down at the midfield. That's kind of the talenting thing about Harris is that he's got that type of talent. He's got the frame, he's got the talent. It's just about him being able to execute the offense and make good decisions, Albert. So, ELAC once again in Cerritos territory.
Do it again, Huskies!
First and 10 at Cerritos' 48. And somebody jumped first. Let's see if it's encroachment or if it's false start. It looks like encroachment might have happened first. And that is the call, encroachment. Huskies get a free 5 on that. Harris at the handoff. And that was Kendrick Douglas. Got to, looks like the 40, maybe the 39 before he was pushed back. So it's going to be right outside the 40. So good first down. Decent first down run. They only have first and 5, but good call there.
It should be a first down. Just looking at that ball placement, it looks like it's there, but
It's a long one. So second and that long one. Short pass complete. This is the other Corbin.
it's Baylor Corbin with the catch.
And he looks like he's taken down at the Cerritos' 26.
.25 seconds left and counting here in the third quarter. See if East LA able to get a playoff here before we see zeros on the board.
They'll need to because the play clock is a half second short of the game clock. Harris decides to keep it himself on a design quarterback run. Gets into the 29 as zeros hit. So end of the third quarter, Albert. East LA College in their home finale, regular season finale, trail the visiting Falcons of Cerritos College 24-14. So we'll take a break here, and we'll be back for the fourth quarter. See if the Falcons hold on or if the Huskies can come back. This is SportsNetUSA.net. We'll be back.
So we're back for the start of the fourth quarter here. You're watching Husky football live on SportsNetUSA.net. We're live from Weingart Stadium here in Monterey Park as the Huskies trail the Cerritos Falcons 14-24.
This is pass out to the flat to Honstetter, and he gets tackled at the 16.
That should be enough for the first down. No, it's going to be just short.
I was going to say he's tackled at 17, so a short one. And Harris keeps it on the outside. He turns the quarter, and he got what he needed to move the chains. He only needed maybe probably 3/4 of a yard. He got 2 or 3.
And so it goes out around the 15-yard line, so that is enough for the Husky first down.
Huskies offense will need to come alive here because out of 14 points, only 7 are offensively scored on the offense. And with the Huskies in the red zone, we see Mr. Everything, DeGabriel Floyd, come in at wide receiver. He's this red zone specialist. With his size, he gives the Huskies a height advantage over pretty much any cornerback he faces. Play action. Thrown on the far side, complete to Baylor Corbin. And
Good enough for a first down. Takes them within the 5-yard line, so first and goal.
Yeah. So what do you notice on this drive, Albert, why it's working so far for the Huskies?
You know, I've been so fascinated. I don't even know what it is, but I mean, just better execution of passes on the reads here by Trillin Harris. Keeps it himself, goes up the middle, and is denied the end zone.
He might have gotten a yard. I see looks like the referee, the linesman standing at the 1. He's standing at the 1-yard line. So usually at goal line, basically goal line situation, Harris with his size will try to run. Maybe you'll see a situation where he'll try to get a quick pass out to Floyd, maybe a jump ball.
So second and goal from the Falcons 1.
And kind of a bunch run play here, but looks like Cerritos had it sniffed out. I don't know if he might have. No, it looks like a no gain. That kind of looked a little convoluted, Albert.
Yeah, a little more complicated than necessary. Looks like they were going to go for the handoff to Honstetter, but also Harris looked like he wanted to keep it. It was like, all right, let's just handhold the ball together.
Yeah, that's what exactly. They wanted to run the ball together. That usually does not work. So I want to see some sort of bootleg action here. Third and goal from the 1. Easy handoff. And did he get in before he got smacked?
No. A
No.
flock of Falcons just came in.
Stopped at the half-yard line. And Floyd, usually you don't see him. He's a short yardage specialist. Usually you don't see him get stuffed like that. So Huskies will go for it. 4th and goal. Give it to Floyd one more time, and he is in. Touchdown, Huskies. We're at a juncture where pretty much no choice but to go for it, being down 10. ELAC undeterred by the goal line stands of 2nd and 3rd down. Go for it on 4th. They get it. So 24-20 now. Huskies trail with the extra point pending, Albert. So if you don't mind, I'll answer my own question. I'll try to answer my own question from earlier. What I thought saw in this drive was that you weren't seeing Harris dropping back and flinging the ball deep, as this extra point is up and good. Huskies now come within 3, 24-21. They trail Cerritos with 11:39 left in this one. So on that drive, you saw a little bit of running, but more quick passes, very decisive quick passes, not holding the ball too long, and getting the ball out into your pass catchers and your playmakers, letting them get some yards, and it worked. Huskies with the answer they needed after the disastrous pick 6 by Cerritos. Love to give you some scores from around the region, as this is actually a big Saturday. You've got a couple of division leaders going at it conference leaders going at it. A couple of games to determine conference championships. Ventura, I think they're set. I think they got the wins they needed in the games ahead in their column that they needed to win their conference. So it comes down to Golden West versus Mount Sac and Riverside versus Fullerton. for other 2 conference titles. Love to tell you what the scores are, but unfortunately, technical difficulties on the website side of things. As this is, looks like, I believe it was Isaiah Blair with the return. Taken down at the 35. See if the Huskies can dial up some more defensive pressure and get another stop. Handoff up the middle. Huskies initially looked like they had stood him up at the 37, but the runner fell forward to the 40, so that'll be a gain of 5. Again, one of the things that coaches noted that the Huskies need to do is they need to hit the runner and force him back. And hit the runner, get him down. You don't want a 3-yard running and turn a 3-yard run turning into a 5-yard run, and that's what happened there. 2nd and 5 now at the Cerritos 40. 10:52 left. Run to the far side and taken down. Looks like number 19 for ELAC, Mikel Bamey. Oh, sorry, Jackson Tamir. I just said. I thought I saw 19, but it was 9.
Come on, ELAC, you want to win? Let's go.
So a pretty big moment here for Huskies defense as they're facing 3rd and 3 at Cerritos' 42. Can they get off the field as Coach Godinez often tells his defense to do? Drop back pass, pressure, and incomplete. You saw Cerritos Albert try to set up for that inside screen, but the pass floated above the receiver, his hands.
Intended target was David Chavez, tight end for the Falcons.
Good defensive pressure there by the Huskies front. I don't know, there's a flag on the play.
Yeah, flag.
Oh, defensive face mask. 15 yards. Oh, man, that's going to be. Not sure where it happened. Did you see a flag on the field initially?
Yeah, it's right there around the Husky 48.
Extremely costly 15-yard penalty.
And that penalty is absolutely deflating here as the Husky faithful are absolutely making noise, and upon that penalty, the crowd just went completely silent.
Yeah, everyone's stunned by that one. So Cerritos with new life, 1st and 10 at the Husky 42. Handoff up the middle. Tackle, but not before getting about 6 yards. Advancing to Husky 36. And there's a late flag.
Probably a little chippiness developing here.
You definitely don't want to see that, particularly if you're ELAC at this juncture. Although it looks like Cerritos backing up.
So personal foul on the offense.
And it's a dead ball foul. So
that's going to walk him back quite a bit.
arguably almost as damaging as the Huskies giving up the first on their personal foul penalty. So this should be 2nd and basically 20. Very damaging for Cerritos because it negated that 6-yard run, and now they, as you say, 2nd and long. Backed them up on their side, on their half of the field, Albert. Run to the outside. Good job there by the Huskies to contain.
Stopped around the Husky 49.
Bunch of guys there. Looks like saw Jackers Harvey on the pursuit. Jackson Timair credited with the tackle.
So only gain of about 3, so 3rd and 17.
Actually, it's important to get a good stop here. You don't want to give up 10 yards or anything like that here, because even though the 10-yard would still give you 4th down, you don't want Cerritos to think about going for it. You want to stop them here so they can, and they run it, and the Huskies stop them at the 46. Kind of think the Cerritos maybe just decided that they would just, you know, not try to chance it. 2 straight runs on long down and distance situations, Albert.
An interesting choice plays there by Cerritos. But the Husky defense does hold true there as they force the punt and will get off the field.
It's like Shoes Brinkley and Gabriel Floyd back on hunt. It'll be Brinkley on the return. Turns direction, does a little 360. Gets a crease up the field, down the sideline, forced out on the far sideline at the 40-41.
I don't know how Shoes Brinkley does the things he does, because he was running backwards, clearly the wrong direction you want to run as a running back.
He's kind of doing that basketball. It looks like a kind of a basketball pivot when you get the ball and you're kind of pivoting on that foot, going back and around.
But he does gain forward motion, does a spin move, jukes a player, and just finds like an extra 15, 20 yards on that return.
Plays like that will also help you give a little momentum. So Huskies with good field position offensively.
I believe there is a flag on the play there as well. Flag right about the 40-yard line. You can see the white hat there.
So
top of your screen.
Is that going to be a hold? Personal foul?
Personal foul on the
Cerritos.
Falcons, on the kicking team. So that's going to tack on some extra yardage on a fantastic return by Shoes Brinkley.
So ELAC will set up shop in Cerritos' territory at this Falcons 46. We mentioned not too long ago that this was what we thought was a lightly penalized game, but these personal foul calls, these penalties in the mid-third and going into early mid-fourth quarter of kind of catching up. Luckily, this one helped the Huskies as they'll set up 1st and 10 at Cerritos' 46, down 3 with 7:58 left. And that was incomplete as
intended
Harris,
target was Douglas.
Harris was hit as he threw. Cerritos' defense has been able to generate some pressure up the middle whenever they're able to hit the quarterback. So Harris now in the gun, running back flanks. Gives it to Honstetter, finds room. Honstetter still on the feet at the 30, tackled at the 29. Hard tackle.
Fantastic first-yard run there by Honstetter.
Hey, how about for a name here? The safety that tackled him, his name is Mr. Bridges. Literally, Mr. Bridges.
That is his name. First name is Mr.
Unfortunately, that run is coming back because of the offensive holding call. So kind of just, doing the penalty do-si-do here in this 4th quarter. The Huskies look like they'll be backed up. Costly holding call because this looks like it'll be 2nd and
20.
Maybe 18. Is that the 47? They have to get to the 36. So 19. So 2nd and 19. Always hate to see holding calls on good runs like that. Hand off to Smith, who's hit at the 49. Didn't get much there. Falcons done a good job keying in on Smith because he's the type of back. Usually you see him come in as a change of pace from Honstetter. He's type of back that he can hit the crease quickly, and turn a small opening into a big gain. So Cerritos has done a good job keying in on him, not letting him do that. So 6:47 and counting. Huskies with a 3rd and 15 at their 49. Harris drops back, flings it deep, looking for Corbin, and it's off his fingertips, incomplete. Oh, so close, Albert. Bryson Corbin had it. It was on his fingertips. If it was maybe an inch closer to him, he could have hauled it in. But instead, the Huskies will have to punt. At least they're punting from midfield, so they have a chance to kind of pin Cerritos in. Quickly with the Huskies defense being able to respond.
Yeah, Huskies will need some great defensive stops here. Only 6:34 left here in the 4th.
And a fair catch at the 25. So not the greatest of punts, particularly at midfield. I think that punt will only go for about 25, 26 yards. So if you're Cerritos at this point, you got to be thinking of trying to put together a long drive that could eat up some clock up 3. If you're the Huskies, you got a little bit of time, but not a lot of time. You need to be able to get off the field. Definitely don't need to give up a touchdown at this juncture. That would be a killer. As Albert is now feeling the pain, as a lot of us are feeling in SoCal right now with the websites being down. Can't see anything. We're all blind here. First down run. Gets about 6. But interesting enough, the runner for Cerritos, it looks like he got hit at the 29 and ran forward for a couple of yards. So turns a 3 or 4 yard run into a 6-yard gain, 2nd and 4 from the Cerritos 31. Huskies show blitz. Run to the outside. Taken down before the first down marker at the 38. Just before the 39. So it'll be.
It was Isaac Aninye on the run there.
So it'll be a long yard. About a yard and a half for 3rd down. Again, an opportunity for the Huskies defense to get off the field. You got 2 wide receivers to the near side, 1 wide receiver to the far side. The run, and it's going to be a reverse pitch, but the Huskies, they get him! Did not fool ELAC there.
Reverse to Porch is denied a 1st down.
Can't call that the quickest developing reverse pitch there, but Huskies were all over it. Be a loss of like about 8 yards.
So that will take us to 4th and 9, and the Falcons will punt. And with 4:30 left on the clock, Cerwin, it feels like this could be the last opportunity the Huskies have to come away with win number 7 on their season.
Line drive punt. Let it
takes a Falcon bounce, so the Huskies will play it from about the 33.
And there's an injured Husky down. Is that number 12? Or, let's see. It's number 12, who is the mystery player. Whoever the young man is who he forgot his jersey probably today. Had to wear a different jersey. But he gets up quickly and runs off the field, so glad to see he's all right. So, like you said, Albert, this is most likely be the Huskies' last chance off offensively. They got a little bit of time, but not a lot of time. 4:09 left, down 3.
Block 'em, Huskies, block 'em.
Harris back in behind center in the gun. It's a run. Honstetter gets free for a second, but only gets a yard, maybe a yard and a half.
Got back to the line of scrimmage, but was able to break that tackle for an extra yard.
Huskies with 2 timeouts in their pocket, so does Cerritos.
So officially a gain of 2 for Honstetter, so 2nd and 8.
So Huskies, if they want a shot at that home bowl game, they're going to have to earn it here. 2nd down and 9. Harris throws complete, and Bryson Corbin mad because he got turned around and taken down at the 40. He was looking upfield.
He absolutely had some first down open field open to him, but Falcons defensive coverage able to prevent that from happening.
So 3rd and 4 at the ELAC 40.
Open it up, get open.
4 wide, 3 on the near side. Huskies, quick pass. Honstetter, incomplete, dropped. Well, not dropped. I don't even think he tried to catch it.
Luckily, it is an incomplete pass, as it was ruled a forward pass and not a backward pass, as that would have been very costly.
Not sure what happened there.
So it's going to be 4th and 4.
And with 2:55 left, you're at the 40. It's risky, but I think you kind of have to go for it.
At this
here.
point, you have to go for it.
Execution here. The season, not the season on the line, but game on the line for Huskies. Quick pass, complete for the first down. Quick pass,
complete
decisive.
to Moore.
I like that because you needed something decisive, quick and decisive, and sure on 4th down, and they got all 3 on that pass completion.
Injured Falcons player on the field. It's going to be an official's timeout.
Both teams take to their respective near sidelines. Looks like it's number 57 for Cerritos, Leroy Palu, defensive tackle, freshman out of Mayfair. So he gets up and walks off slowly, somewhat slowly, but he walks off on his own power, so good to see. Huskies with a 4th down conversion when they needed it the most. Fresh set of downs with 2:46 and counting at the 45. Harris fires, incomplete. The ball initially caught but knocked out.
You can hear the protests from the Husky faithful.
Maybe thinking maybe a helmet to helmet or something, or they're looking for?
They're looking for something. I don't know what. But that'll be 2nd and 10. 2:38 left.
Quick pass to the outside, complete. Keandre Douglas got some room on the outside, and he gets out of bounds.
Gets past the 45. That is another Husky first down.
Good field awareness there by Douglas. Not only to get the first down yardage that he needed, but also get out of bounds.
And stops the clock. Actually, no, did not stop the clock
okay.
because he did not get out of bounds, apparently.
Okay, so I guess he said he was down before he was out. So Huskies got 2 timeouts, but clock now becomes a major factor. 2:12 and counting. 1st and 10 at the Cerritos 44. Knocks in, gets the catch, hurdles a defender, his specialty, but doesn't get much. And with 1:54 and counting, got a yard, maybe 2 yards. Interesting that the Huskies are not burning a timeout here. And they're not quite what you would call hurry-up offense. At a time you think that they might need to start using it if they have it to use. 2nd and 8. Swing pass outside. Keandre Douglas gets the first down and more. Tackled in bounds, but he gets the first down. Moves the change, which is at this point more important, a little bit more important with the Huskies still having 2 timeouts. Clock stops temporarily. And it looks like it will be Cerritos.
Timeout called by Cerritos. Interesting call there by Cerritos.
Yeah,
to burn a timeout there.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a situation where, well, first you're up 3. So you're not burning a defensive timeout and hoping that maybe you can get a stop in the ball back. You don't need that because you're up 3. You get a stop, pretty much the game's over. You win. So it actually benefits the Huskies more, give them some time to be able to get their offensive play calling together. So, yeah, I would definitely say a curious timeout. Now, obviously, if you're Cerritos, you don't want your defense to be discombobulated and be caught out of position.
Yeah. Probably hear some clock corrections being shouted. So a clock will be set at 1:23. Not 12.3, but 1:23.
Which actually was 1:18, so it'll give the Huskies 5 seconds back.
Clock is now correct on the scoreboard here at Weingart.
Huskies going with
first down from the Falcons 32.
Huskies going with 4 wide. 3 on the near side. Running back goes out. Harris will throw to Douglas a little high over his head.
Overthrows Douglas. He had plenty of time to find Douglas. I think he probably just rushed that pass a little too much.
He did. I mean, it stops the clock, but you would have liked to. It's one of those plays, you know, you see a lot of these throws to the flats. Coaches, hearing them talk during the season, they feel that those to the flat creates opportunities that are there throughout the game for most of these games here. So they like that play. They like that play call. I mean, Huskies not the only one that do that, but it's there for them. 1:18 left, 2nd and 10. Harris drops back, and he's going to look for a guy. No, he's going to take it. He's going to run. He's going to go get out of bounds at the 25. So
just short of the first down.
Now, this is the area where the Huskies trail by 3, 24-21, 109 left. Obviously, you want 6 if you're the Huskies, but you start to get closer and closer. You wonder if this is range.
They are inching closer toward field goal range. You don't want to come away with a tie and go into overtime, but that is an option on the table. Flag.
Free play probably. Pass incomplete. Let's see. It looks like they gave a free play. So, yeah, it's going to be on the defense as Huskies are motioning and referee motion. So, Huskies with a fresh set of downs now.
So, offsides on the Falcons. Going to be an automatic first down for East LA.
So, Falcons helping out the Huskies with these calls, give them free yardage with the clock stopped.
So 1:04 remaining, 1st and 10 from the Falcon 20. We are now in the red zone for East LA.
Edge of the red zone. You don't see Gabriel Floyd out there just yet. Huskies with only 8 on the play clock. They're going to have to get this play off. They do. Harris decides to run it himself. It is gang tackled by number 21 and 30 after he got about maybe 4.
And a timeout called by East LA with 55.3 left here to go.
Around 1 of the 2 they have left. 18 yards to go. 55 seconds left, 55.3 to be exact. You got one timeout left. Probably thinking you don't want to run it because you want to be strategic about that last timeout. So what do we think the call is here, Albert?
I think it might be one of those dump-off passes to Keandrick Douglas.
You see Douglas back in there. You also see Bryson Corbin. You see his brother Corbin. You see Jalen Moore in there. Also see 4 wide.
So Moore goes in motion.
Harris sacked at the 20, which is sack. You never want to see a sack at this junction, but you know what? Given that he threw the ball earlier and a costly pick-6 interception in a situation like that, you don't hate it.
And Godinez will burn another timeout
It'll
here.
be the last one. So now the Huskies definitely need to be decisive, need to move the ball forward. They need to get to the, looks like right outside the 10 or to the 10. Right now they're at the 21, so it's going to be 3rd and 11. Not sure what type of range. Let's see here. You got Karobi Pinto. Aiden Driscoll usually handles punt. Ethan Rodriguez. Ethan Rodriguez probably, my guess would be the guy that would attempt if the Huskies don't convert this 3rd down. Looking at about a 37-yard attempt from here. Huskies don't gain another yard. 3rd down, drop back pass, fires it, and with nobody there, not sure what happened there. I mean, first of all, Kennedy Lewis was held up, but with the ball being thrown that far away, no chance for a PI call or even a defensive holding call. So Huskies now will come out to try the 38-yarder, and it is going to be Ethan Rodriguez to try to tie this game. This is 38 yards to tie the game. 42.9 seconds left. Aiden lines up. Snap, ball down. The kick is blocked! Cerritos blocks the kick! And they recover at the 10.
And that's going to do it here. Falcons are going to come away with the upset victory. With 36 left on the clock, all it's going to take is some victory formation. The Falcons are going to take this 24-21.
Well, so either you want to say either low trajectory or just good hands up. Probably low trajectory on the kick there. And I mean, Cerritos is, we said even though they weren't having as strong a season as they normally do, they still were very punchy. Huskies, at too many instances in this game, did struggle offensively. Harris got him going, but he also had the costly mistake of throwing that pick-6 as the Cerritos deals down with 33 seconds and count. Huskies can't stop the clock. Wait a minute, the clock does stop. There's a flag on the play. Huskies with a shot to go to 7 wins, unfortunately, can't get it done. However, they're still bowl eligible, Albert. Just means that their chances of hosting a bowl game, which many of us was looking forward to, kind of goes down by the wayside a bit. You never know, especially since we can't see what's going on in the rest of the football realm here in California because of the sites being down. So we may not know until maybe tomorrow morning how the other teams performed. So we're kind of blind, but fortunately, there's no unseeing this score here as the Huskies will go down to the visiting Falcons 24-21. Cerritos will get the revenge on ELAC from ELAC getting the win at their place last year. So you hear Cerritos faithful. They came out strong tonight. the end of the season on a high note. You see some Cerritos players waving by. Probably some of them remember what happened last year. So Cerritos will get their revenge on ELAC from the Huskies winning down there last year. Cerritos will come out of this one victorious, 24-21.
There it is. Zero's officially on the board. So Falcons take this one 24-21. Tough loss here for East LA. They were making moves there in the fourth, but unfortunately just come up short.
You know, tough loss. You figured, you know, you only give up maybe 17 points defensively. That, you know, think most days that would be good enough to win a game. I would say definitely the offensive struggles probably we highlight as reason number one for the Huskies dropping this one. They had Frank Alvarez, usually a gamer, but he's unfortunately had instances of this year where he couldn't find the mark with his passing. And unfortunately, that was the case for, you know, when he was in for a majority of the first half, save for a series by Jillian Carter when Carter was able to move the ball. Julian Harris came in and lit a bit of fire under the Huskies' offense. They were able to move the ball better. Unfortunately, Harris, instead of eating a sack in the third quarter, he tried to force a throw that landed in the gut of a Cerritos linebacker. And he just happened to also be the same linebacker who hurt the Huskies earlier at the running back position. That's number 23, E.J. Smith, who I would say if you had to give up a game ball player of the game, it would be E.J. Smith. He broke out a long running touchdown, I think a 40-yarder in the second quarter, and then he had that looked like I would say probably about 55, 60-yard interception return for a touchdown. So Huskies ended the way they don't want to end it on for the regular season with a home loss here, and probably gashes the hopes of them hosting a bowl game after Thanksgiving. But with 6 wins, 6-4, they're still bowl eligible. So we'll find out come Monday or Tuesday where we'll play. Probably one of the, you know, with the previous 3 losses to Golden West, which is, you know, was lead the conference, to Mount Sac, one of the conference leaders, also to Fullerton, who was a strong contender for state contender, they undefeated. You know, with those losses, you know, okay, you know what, you lost to the better team. This one hurts because not only is it the final home game of regular season, but also Cerritos is punchy, but the Huskies shown that they can beat punchy teams that punchy teams that maybe not a great record, but they were punchy. I mean, they did it they did it 2 weeks ago against Citrus, down to Citrus. So to see them come out and not be able to get the win, it's disappointing. No way to talk around that. But Huskies season should not end here because, again, 6-4. Still a lot of positives. Thank you, Richie. 6-4, first winning season still as a national division member. So that's not nothing, Albert. And again, they will be bowl eligible. So we'll just have to see how things shake out.
So we wait to see how the other games here in Southern California play out in the 3C2A.
We're still in the dark, folks, because the sights are down. Thanks, Presto. So
like Huskies lose the tough one here, final home game of the season. Fortunate loss to Cerritos, but still, positive, season overall as they do finish with a winning season. As you said, a part of the Northern Division here, but that's going to do it for us here at Weingart Stadium. I'm Albert Robles for Cerwin D, Haynes, and Ned Ford. You've been watching Husky football right here on SportsNet USA.net.
Peace.